Okay, so we're recording, and this is Joellen Rowe, and I'm going to be talking about my reflection on my reflections. To attack the first question of what was the major theme or the concept, big ideas that I've learned, it has to be that algebraic thinking is something that can occur as early as kindergarten, and not only can occur, but we need to ask kids to start thinking algebraically in the very young ages, and that needs to be a thread that goes throughout the K to 12 curriculum. I've always thought about algebra before as a subject. You know, it's a class that you take, and then you take a second class in algebra. I didn't think of it as a way of thinking at all. So that's huge for me. It's about concepts, not about procedures. My top level algebra class, which is pretty much the only one I've taught for years, will probably be more comfortable with the procedures. But I think that teaching them the concept is going to be more important in the long run. So together, hopefully, we'll be able to struggle through it. Addressing the second question, the most meaningful, in reading the articles, listening to my peers, and becoming a student myself in some of the activities and tasks, I now know what it should look like in the classroom, because a lot of times the Common Core standards will say what we should be doing, but there's no idea in my own mind about what that looks like and how I can adapt that to my classroom. And I guess that begins to answer the next question, excuse me. What I'm going to take away from the course isn't just a changing in my thinking, but I have a wealth of new sources, from the diamond problems to get it together, working with manipulatives. I had never been comfortable with algebra tiles, so I just avoided them. I tried the easier things, you know, the hands-on equation was an easy thing for me to adapt to, and I just avoided algebra tiles. So I'm taking away manipulatives, ideas, tasks, activities, and hopefully all the students will benefit from that. How am I different? I was when you get comfortable learning in a certain way and doing something, and for me that's procedural, um, it's good for me to feel like a student does again, to be in an uncomfortable position, to not know the answers. And I think that's given me an understanding of what the kids go through, learning how the way that I question them and make them feel comfortable, um, and then create an environment for learning. It's up to me, and I think I'm better equipped to do that. I'm going to go back a little bit. I looked at my notes and I realized that, to answer the question of what I'm taking away from the course, I did take away some content. I wasn't as familiar with the Common Core standards, so I know those now. I didn't, content-wise, recognize a function as being something that should be expressed in 5 different ways, and I need to know that, and I need to have the kids understand that and look at the different ways and match the situations to the best form of a function. I wasn't as familiar with the terminology of covariance, and I believe it's something, that although I tried to break it down for the kids, I think the new way of looking at the change in x and the change in y and relating that to slope, it I'm kind of embarrassed that I never did that before. It makes sense. Um, so yeah, I think it's been a great class, and I thank everyone who's helped me to stretch and grow in my learning, and hopefully as a result of the teacher learning, the students will learn better as well. Thanks for your time.